Secret Agent Xavier Collins arrives at the White House as normal for work in Paradise Episode 1, Wildcat Is Down, but is startled to discover the Commander-in-Chief lying in a pool of blood. Collins' discovery that something extremely important to national security has been stolen is the only thing more startling to him than discovering his boss dead. However, what was the stolen item that caused the widespread panic, and how did President Cal Bradford die? We analyze the events of the first episode of Paradise. Collins starts his day by packing sandwiches for his daughter and son and then going for a run after yet another sleepless night. He stops to talk to Agent Billy Pace as he jogs by the White House on his way. Agent Jane Driscoll is coming in to cover for Pace, who says he is leaving his shift early due to an unsettled stomach. Collins' daughter at home reminds him that she has a debate competition at 3 p.m. He turns to his son, who is reading James and the Giant Peach, and says he will be there. Collins is startled by his son's book selection and briefly nods off before going to work. Two other agents observe that the president isn't up yet, which is uncommon, as Collins enters the White House. No one answers when Collins goes to see how President Bradford is doing. As soon as Collins walks in, he finds Bradford lying in a pool of blood on the floor. 5 years ago, during an interview to become Bradford's new main agent, Collins was in the Oval Office. Collins asks why he was selected for the president's shortlist. Bradford claims that he wants Collins because he heard he was the best of the best and that it helps since he is black, in addition to the fact that his present head agent is getting older and dull. According to Bradford, he persuaded voters that he was a Southern progressive, and having Collins close by would improve his image. Bradford doesn't apologize for being honest and straightforward, even though Collins doesn't like being picked because of the color of his skin. They conclude their discussion by joking about the location of Syria and the identity of the U.S.'s 8th president. Collins confirms Bradford's death by checking his vitals in the present. As Collins scans the bedroom, he notices a cigarette butt, 2 wine glasses, and a blood trail that leads to the balcony. He also notices a pack of cigarettes and 2 pairs of earrings resting on a table. Collins discovers the president's safe has been broken into when he rushes to the closet. Collins responds that he needs a moment when Jane radios him to check on him. Eventually, he orders her to secure the house. Following protocol, she wonders if she should tell Robinson. Collins insists that Jane doesn't call Robinson just yet, so she locks down the White House for half an hour before making the call. Collins informs her that he wants access to the president's bedroom exclusively for Pace and himself. When Jane accepts, he contacts Pace and introduces him to Christian Lettner, indicating an urgency, which causes Pace to quickly return to work. Collins' first week as President Bradford's top agent is depicted in another flashback. When the president inquires about Collins' family, the agent replies that he has 2 children and a wife. Bradford assumes his wife didn't even vote for him after being reminded of his own dysfunctional family. In the present, Collins and Agent Garcia visit the basement to view security footage. The president and a woman have a heated conversation on the day of the murder. Garcia brings the conversation back to the present by showing Collins a video of the president preparing dinner for his son, only to have the boy leave. Later, Bradford met another woman, and they entered his bedroom while drinking wine and joking. The earrings that were discovered at the crime scene are on her. As the video keeps playing, it seems like Collins was the last person to see Bradford before he went to bed. The episode rewinds to a press conference when President Bradford is interrogated over an event that occurred in Utah. Collins is about to respond when he witnesses a man pretending to be a cameraman draw a revolver. Collins saves the president's life by swiftly tackling him to the ground, but he is shot in the back. Bradford later reveals that he believed Collins was Christian Lettner's when he saw the blood while he was in the hospital recovering. The president reveals that the basketball player felt like he nearly died when he made the game-winning jumper for Duke over Kentucky. Agent Pace shows up at the murder site. Collins informs him that since the safe's contents are gone, the person who did this had extensive access to Bradford. Collins requests that he inspect the premises without taking any pictures or making any notes. Collins is then summoned back to the basement by Garcia to view additional video footage. It appears that Pace replaced Collins at 10:32 after Collins left the president's room at 10:04. While doing his rounds, Pace naps for an hour on the couch in front of the television. All of the security cameras were not operational from 10:42 until 12:13. During those hours, Jane also seemed to log in for work. After leaving Garcia, Collins discovers Pace and Jane conversing. Jane should finally report the murder, he advises. Mrs. Bradford shows up outside the house when the coroner arrives, but nobody answers her question about her husband's whereabouts. Being the last to speak with Bradford, Collins is led upstairs and interrogated by two agents. The woman who left her earrings in the president's bedroom when she entered is Agent Robinson, who makes her debut appearance. The last exchange between Bradford and Collins in the president's bedroom is depicted in another flashback. Bradford notes that he has the news of the world and takes a tablet out of his safe. The president asks